Code Vein, Bandai Namco's newest installment of an action RPG style game. Or, as most people are calling it, anime Dark Souls. And let's just say they are not too far off the mark whenever they say that. Well, let it be known, this entire video is going to be nothing more than my first impressions on the trial demo version of this game. The full game actually releases on September 27th or 28th, I can't remember right off the top of my head. However, we did get a lot of stuff in this trial, and well, I'm just gonna go through a little bit of what I've experienced, and you know what? Let's just let it be known to the people. Let's get on with it. First off, we got customization. Now, when you think of an action RPG type style game, obviously you get like the ability to customize your characters, and usually it's nothing more than a few presets. You can only usually just change the hairstyle, the face, the eye color maybe, skin complexion, and maybe the grunting sound. Usually nothing more else. Nope, Code Vein goes beyond that. And when I say goes beyond it, I say it is easily one of the best character customizations that we have had in recent memory. Being that the entire selection of what you can do with your character is beyond amazing. Going everything from physique, skin, hair, face, eyes, eyebrows, makeup, scars, face paint, even accessories, purifier mask, and everything. And it even goes deeper into that. One of my favorite things is that, one, you can make your character heterochromia, but it's not just like, oh, one has one eye color than the other. Nope, the pupils and everything. There's different eye shapes, each deriving from a different, what it looks like, anime that Bandai Namco has been implemented in anything anime based. And when I tell you that is anime based, that is no understatement. The eyes are pure anime. The entire hairstyles are anime. The colors, the customization, the body styles, and the clothes. It's just amazing. The amount of customization, the amount of what you're able to do with the characters, it's just mind-blowing. And you can even have up to 32 preset appearances, which, by the way, that means that you don't have to keep making a new game if you want to use one. It's like, oh, I want this one. I gotta make a new game. Nope, you can just switch up your partners. I think that's how it works, and I absolutely love it. And I've already seen a bunch of people recreate some of their favorite characters from anime shows that they've played. One of my favorite YouTubers, Afro Sinju, made a close replica of Petra from Fire Emblem's Three Houses. Somebody made a look-alike of Old Boy from Demon Slayer. I've even had my attempt at trying to make Issei Hyoto and Rias Grimmy from DxD. While they were failed attempts, it was a worth it effort. And on top of that, it's just what I just love it. I'm going to have way too much fun in the freaking character customization alone with this. Bandai Namco, you've truly done your people well in making an awesome character customization screen. I applaud you for this. Story mode. Alright, for the most part, we don't know very much about the story of the game. Whenever you start up the trial, you're basically someone who has lost all memories of everything that was? Yeah, because that's good English. Basically, you just wake up and you also have a nice, pretty little white-haired female with you who's apparently your little cheerleader, in a sense of words, if that makes any sense. And basically, you are a special specimen. Basically, much like the Dark Souls that this game is heavily influence from, you are something of a special person, being that you don't have a blood code. Yours is shattered, allowing you to be someone, as the tutorial says, someone of limitless possibilities to change your blood code. And that blood code allows you multiple, if not infinite, blood veil abilities, thus making you the most overpowered character in this world. Then again, it is anime Dark Souls. It's gonna have that anime-esque feel to it. Man, that's all so cool. Story starts off with us being thrown into a dungeon and everything, and we have to find blood beads because these jerk revenants roll up on us and forcing us to work and get them so they don't get chewed out and killed by this guy named Silva. And whoever Silva is, I do not know. I can only assume it's that white-haired guy with a very weird sword from the little anime animation that you see at the start screen of the game. But other than that, that's basically all that we know about the game itself. Everything else we'll figure out on the way. And last but not least, we have the combat that Bloodvein has to offer. Now, like Dark Souls, it has the standard hack and slash. You basically, instead of bonfires, you have these things called missiles. And just for the record, I actually called them mistles. Like a weirdo, not making the connection that, like during Christmas time, there's a thing called mistletoe. That if you take the toe off of it, it's literally just missile. So let's just say I had myself a little bit of a dumb moment, and we're just going to ignore that. However, for the most part, everything seems about the same as the Blood Souls. Blood Souls, yes, I called it Blood Souls because why not? The game is centered around blood and it's like Dark Souls, so forgive me if what I said was a little bit off-putting and a little bit weird. Despite the fact, everything seems the same. Nothing different, nothing too new, except for the fact that you actually have abilities unique to each blood code that you actually have equipped. If you have a fighter, you have an attack boosting ability. If you're a ranger, which is my current favorite, you actually have a little blink ability that lets you get in and out of danger, allowing yourself to be much more maneuverable. And I absolutely love it. And I actually have to get better with it. The weapons that we actually have in the game are not as wide as that of Bloodborne or Dark Souls, being that we only have long swords, great swords, axes, hammers, and bayonets. Each blood code is actually more specified to using certain ones. If you have a ranger or a caster, you can't use heavy weapons like great swords, hammers, or axes, which means you actually use either swords or the bayonets, thus making you actually have to use different skill sets and weaponry to be efficient in fighting all of the Lost. And it actually makes the game a little bit more interesting. You're not so much as dictated by what you have to have. There's no real main meta build or set to use. It's more or less which works. And if it works, that's even better. I can honestly say using caster is my favorite with the whole blood blink. I call it blood blink because it actually looks like a blood blink. It's so dope. And probably the best part about the gameplay is your little AI friend. Basically, usually in Dark Souls or Bloodborne, you don't get a lot of help, with the exception of like specters from other players that are left behind and usually taken from a cloud server. You actually have what I would like to say a competent AI companion that actually puts in the work. Right now, after you get past a certain point, you meet up with a boy named Louis. And yes, his name more or less to most would look like Lewis, but he pronounces it Louis. So don't get any crazy ideas, people. He pronounces it Louis. Bandai Namco literally said so. Other than that, altogether, my initial impressions about Bloodveil are more or less high hopes. The trial feels really nice, really solid, and let's just say that I had to more or less get reacquainted with the whole formula of Dark Souls, which is probably why, if you see the other videos that I'll have up either after or before this, that I don't necessarily do all that hot. However, I'm rusty. I don't play these games a lot. However, this is going to be one of the few games that I'm actually excited to play. So, tell me, if you're someone who has played the trial, what do you think? Do you love it? Are you looking forward to the game? Are you not? Or are you just going to wait to see how everyone else enjoys it? Let me know. And, well, I guess I can say that this has been my first reaction, my first impressions on Bloodveil. Hopefully I can do more of these in the future, and I'll see you guys next time. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more. And it is NPC Jackson signing out. Peace.